Our weather impact alert is over, but not before a little bit of excitement. JP sent us this view of a near funnel near Franktown this afternoon. Rob W. also spotted that same funnel cloud while he was driving home near Crowfoot and Founders in Castle Rock.
So those storms eventually moved out east, and we actually got some sunny skies in the city to close out the day, complete with a rainbow over I-25 in Denver.
Well, beautiful weather is on tap this weekend, so that's a good thing. Checking in with 9 News meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen with more on that.
Yeah, we're going to turn the page into a different weather pattern after this active day, active stretch. Today was the busiest, most active severe weather day that we've had so far this year, and we have had 13 out of the last 15 days with severe weather in our state. So that is coming to an end. Decent looking night here across the city. Temperatures not too bad at the moment, but keep in mind that the dew points are pretty high still. So that means there's a lot of humidity in the air. So it's going to feel a little bit cooler than it actually is on the thermometer. Here's the situation on the live radar. The radar starting to become a little bit more quiet. One tornado warning still down to the southeast of Colorado. Here's what I was talking about. 37 severe thunderstorm warnings today. That's the most active day that we've had. And yesterday was the second most. So 2 very active days. But here is the forecast for tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, getting the temperatures up into the 80s. And we're going to have a very dry day across the Front Range. Probably welcome to a lot of people. I have more on that coming up in the forecast.
If you felt like this spring was rainier than most, you know what's up.
Yeah, 9 News reporter Ria Jaw is in Denver with just how it measured up to recent years. Say, Ria.
Yeah, today's the 6th day in a row that we've had rain, and out of the past 2 weeks, 11 out of 14 days it's been raining. So even with that near daily rainfall, it's not even close to being the most amount of rain that we've seen in the past 3 years.
So the perception may be this is a lot of rain.
It may have felt like a record-breaking spring.
And that's 3 consecutive years where we've had above average precipitation here in Denver. This year we had a little less than the last couple of years, but well above the average.
9 News meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen says it's actually not the most rain we've ever had, just one of the most consistent.
In these years we had probably bigger storms, whereas in 2025 it was just more consecutive over and over again, where we're getting hit every afternoon with rain.
And the results are hard to miss.
Everywhere you go, it's super green. It looks amazing. So you can see the impact of just having that consistent pattern. Normally by now, people would have their sprinklers on.
Good for the grass today and Colorado's forests tomorrow.
Having a wet spring like this just kind of bridges the gap between the snowpack and the summer monsoon, which really does kind of control the wildfire danger.
That rainy rhythm is coming to an end because summer is about to turn up the heat.
We know that we're going to get into the 90s. We're going to have a lot of evaporation. We're going to have drier days. So can you imagine if we get 4 90-degree days in a row, if we didn't have this rain, how much worse that would be?
The rain didn't distribute evenly around the metro and the southeast area. Centennial Airport was reporting the most rain they've seen since 2009. But then when you go up to the north, they were staying pretty dry, still holding on to those drought conditions. So we'll see how that plays out this summer. Live in Denver, Ria Cha, 9 News.
Now to a live look from DIA tonight. The weather once again caused issues at the airport. According to FlightAware, there have been more than 900 delays at DIA today and 25 all-out cancellations. A community in Aurora is mourning the death of a 15-year-old girl. She was shot and killed last weekend.
Tonight, the people who knew and loved her held a vigil in her memory. 9 News reporter Colton Chavez is here now after hearing from that family. Colton.
Kyle. Her name is Kaitana Jordan Smith, and for the family members and loved ones I met here tonight, they say she went by Jordan. They describe her to me as someone who was a constant light even during the darkest of days.
Through all of life's storms.
Because look, the sun's going away, so I think it's gonna start raining again.
15-year-old Kaitana Jordan Smith was always a light.
They're actually not wet. That's our baby shining.
Her family called her Jordan.
It's just the spirit that she had is irreplaceable, irreplaceable. you know.
Jordan's father, Kevin, has an irreplaceable spot in his heart for her.
I didn't have no control over that. I didn't know I was gonna let my baby was gonna get killed.
Jordan's mother, Cynthia Coleman, says she knew her daughter was at a party off East Hoffman Boulevard last Sunday night. Aurora police say a fight broke out and a 14-year-old boy from Colorado Springs started shooting.
She starts running. As she's running, I'm hearing her say, "Get down, guys, get down." And she says, "Get down" one last time, and then they shoot her.
Jordan died shortly after being taken to the hospital. 2 others were hurt.
Whether he was 14, 25, or 35, it doesn't matter. He still took somebody's life.
A life her family came together to celebrate during a vigil at Nome Park.
This is Jordan. This is her. That's how cheesy she was.
At home, dancing, singing.
To know Jordan was to love Jordan, seriously, because Jordan really loved everybody.
A love that brought with it a never-ending light.
I have to keep a smile on my face because that's what my daughter will want.
Whose name will never be forgotten.
1, 2, 3. Katana Jordan Smith.
Yes, baby. Yep.
Jordan's mother tells me that she wants to work with other mothers and groups to help fight against gun violence. As for the Aurora Police Department, they believe the 14-year-old they arrested is the shooter, but they're also investigating to see if other people that night were also carrying any weapons. Live in Aurora, Colton Chavez, 9 News.
An incident that left 3 people dead in Adams County is now under investigation. Deputies say a man killed his in-laws this morning and then told officers to shoot him. Video shows what happened. Warning, this could be tough to watch. We're going to freeze it, though, as the shots are fired. This happened just after 5 a.m. near Pecos Street in Lofton Court. Investigators say the man drove to his in-laws' garage, went inside their home and killed him. Afterwards, they say he called 911 to confess and then was waiting outside for deputies. Ring doorbell camera shows officers first firing non-lethal rounds. Then the man gets back up. They said he had a knife when he gets back up, and that's when they fired actual rounds at him. The couple killed was a husband and wife, both 79 years old. Neighbors say they were kind and quiet.
He did not deserve anything like that. He won't hurt a fly. I don't know he ever had a hard disagreement with anybody.
Deputies say they recovered a knife and a gun from the scene. An independent team will investigate how deputies handled that situation.
The man accused of attacking peaceful demonstrators in Boulder now faces a federal hate crime charge. Mohammed Solomon learned of that charge today during a hearing in federal court. He's accused of hurling lighted Molotov cocktails at people marching to raise awareness of Israeli hostages being held in Gaza. He hurt 15 people. Today, Solomon, speaking through an Arabic interpreter, said only yes and I understand in court as a judge went over his rights. Boulder's district attorney earlier this week filed 62 separate criminal charges against him, including accusations of attempted first-degree murder for the 14 victims. He's due back in federal court June 18th, and his next court date in Boulder is July 15th.
My Pillow guy Mike Lindell is expected to take the stand Monday when his election rigging defamation trial picks back up. Now, the best defense that he could use to win the case is to just prove that he told the truth, because the truth is an absolute defense against a defamation claim. Instead, Lindell's attorneys will try to convince the jury, federal jury, that when he was spreading claims of 2020 election rigging, it didn't matter if he was telling the truth because he believed what he said was true.
The defendants could say that they believe that the evidence was actually there, and maybe it turned out that's not true, but they reasonably thought it was at that time. That would be enough, but you'd have to convince a jury that the belief you had was reasonable.
Lindell has long claimed, without evidence, that Denver-based Dominion voting systems, and one Coloradan in particular who worked there, rigged the 2020 election against Donald Trump. Lindell's trial in Denver could wrap up by the end of next week.